71. Why? Well, 71 is the average score across 13 countries in our latest Drone Readiness Index. Welcome back to this week's edition of the GSMA Intelligence Data Point Series, where we bring you a data point shaping trends in the telecom and TMT sectors and why that matters. And this week, I wanted to hone in on the number 71. Why? Well, 71 is the average score across 13 countries in our latest Drone Readiness Index. Now, when we first put together this index 2 years ago, back in 2023, the average score for that same basket of 13 countries was 68. So it's gone up by 3. And there's some good news and bad news in that. The good news is that for a handful of countries like Italy, Finland, and the UK, they made great strides, in no small part to regulators in those countries approving the use of spectrum, and specifically mobile spectrum, in drones. In others, like the US, Canada, and a handful of others, they've yet to do so or do so on the same scale, and that's to a certain extent holding the drone economy back there. Why does that matter? Well, drones are a key and indeed integral part of the low altitude economy we see emerging. They're also an important part of the 5G monetization story for mobile operators and the rest of the telecom ecosystem. And perhaps most importantly, they serve as such a range of use cases, both commercial, like site surveying, and non-commercial, like disaster and emergency response, that so many people rely on. Now, getting this right means having regulations in place, whether that be for spectrum or UAV air traffic control systems or conspicuity, all of which we track in our index, and we're going to be following closely over time, as with a number of other verticals. I'd encourage you to check it out on our website, gsmaintelligence.com, and follow us on socials. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.